Oh, hey everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying this amazingly beautiful day. I don't know what it's like where you guys are at, but here, chef's kiss is just is amazing outside. Let's see. Hello, Amy. Paisley is going to be tardy. So you're not in trouble, Paisley. I understand. Hey, Nick. Freeside, Markella. Fugitive Recovery. Texas Kim Mabu, Libby, Sister Callie, Truth Hurts. Um, that's it so far, which is all good. We're just gonna do some catching up. It's been like a month, I think, since I've been live. It's kind of crazy. Hey, Kemper. Yeah, Mom. Hey, Kels. Um, shit. Where do we even begin, right? Earth Angel. Hello, hello, hello. It's going to be pretty laid back in here, honestly. Mods know what to do. I don't expect too many arse holes to come in, but you never know. Of course, whenever I go live, my dog has something to say about it. That was Judah. Hello, that girl. So, yeah, it took like a month off, maybe even a little bit more. And it was wonderful. Sometimes you need to do that, right? You need to just like take a step back. Sometimes it's better to just observe than to say anything. And I think we saw like a perfect example of that over the last couple of days. Um, Kevin, like, he was gone for like 6.5 months, had all the time in the world to like catch up and become familiar with situations that were going on. Typically it's good practice to do that before you actually open your fat trap and say anything about it. I mean, that's just kind of how I run things. Like, it's always best to gather facts. And you would think that someone who is as arrogant and egotistical as he is, like, he presents himself to be like the picture of perfection and just knows all the things and outranks all of us intelligence wise. He don't know shit, right? Like, he doesn't know shit. He doesn't even know who he wants to be. Now, imagine, just fucking imagine for 2 seconds that, let's just say that you happen to have a little YouTube channel and you are like this professional person who was in charge of like defending our country, and your main goal is to like call people out and hold people accountable and all those fun things. And then you get pushed to the brink, right? Because you're going through your own personal shit. You're like trying to figure out who you are, what your place is in this world. And you bring your story to the interwebs of your transition, which, we're not even going to get into that. That's like a personal issue. More power to you. It's kind of not my thing. I have my own feelings about it. But just imagine starting a whole shitstorm with a group of people, right? And these people are attacking you. And you rely on this other group of people to defend you. And we did. We defended your stank ass to the point where friendships were broken. Friendships were broken. People stopped talking to each other. People started attacking each other. All because of you. So then you decide you can't hang. So you make a beeline for the exit and leave everyone else to deal with the fallout. Fine. We're all big girls. We can handle it. And then, and then you come back, and all of the people that hurt your feelings, that made you run away, are the first people that you run to. And it's not because you genuinely want to have a relationship or like an acquaintanceship with these people. It's because they annihilated you in the first round. So I know there's been some debate on whether or not he's actually detransitioning, but just imagine that you have to go so far as to tell the people that were giving you a hard time in the first place that you decided that you do want to be a dude to get back into their good graces. It just doesn't make sense to me. And and now all the people that defended your ass were all menopausal girls. Well, you know what, buddy? We'll reach menopause. I'm not quite there yet. My day's coming. You will never have menopause, and you will never, ever, ever get a hard on again. Ever. That ship has sailed. Like, and the lies that he has come back with. Last night, when I heard him say that he was in the Mean Girls chat, like in our chat, was just a flat out lie. And it wasn't even so much as that he lied about it. It's that people were in his chat who know damn well that that wasn't the case. Hey, Princess Ice. Hello to everyone that came in. He was never in the Mean Girls chat. And all you people that were in the chat and didn't speak up, shame on you. And you know why you didn't speak up? You didn't speak up because his goal was to make Nick look like a liar. So you figured if you just keep your mouth shut, then everyone will side with him against her. It's just a whole big freaking game, and it's hysterical. I get the biggest kick out of watching you people. Not all of you. Some of you are boring. But some of you, just the way you maneuver around these different channels and how you interact and the things you say, shit. I don't know how you keep up with all of it. Hey, Cowgirl at Heart. Hey, Skunk. That would suck, huh? I mean, I know what it's like to get through a day without being able to do that, but. So he was never, ever, ever in the Mean Girls chat. And don't even try to pull this shit about, well, maybe he was a part of the chat after we had already left. No, that's not the case either. Let me stop you right there. That can't be the case because some of you left the chat because of the fallout revolving around that dude. Remember? Everyone got mad at each other. Some people stormed off. That's the day that everyone decided that they hated me by default, which is fine. I don't need you. But Nicolina gave him several opportunities to be honest. She asked him more than once, were you in the Mean Girls chat? Were you in the chat? Oh, yes, I was. You know, I was in there under a troll name. Not a troll name, a tro name. I was a tro. Well, no, you weren't. I don't know how big you think that chat is, but we are some eagle-eyed bitches, and we would have noticed some random name just suddenly appear in the chat. And if you have proof otherwise, then come on, buddy. Come on with it. Let's see this proof you have, because I can probably guarantee that had you even been in that chat for about 30 seconds, you probably would have harvested some screenshots And you would probably be able to show all that stuff, right? Because that's just the kind of person you are. So, but never fear, because he is back with a vengeance, and he has set traps just waiting for his potential enemies to take the bait and fall into it. Well, the problem I see with that, and this is just my uneducated opinion, the problem I see with that is that now you've already told everyone that you've set traps. Do you think everyone around here is stupid? Because now everyone's going to be a little leery. They don't want to fall into that trap, so they're going to be cautious. So you kind of sank yourself on that one. Their brilliant one. So the general consensus was last night that Nicolina was just drunk and, the same old shit. Making fun of the way she talks and the way she enunciates. And it's just stupid at this point. It really is. But it is what it is. So yeah, I don't like Kevin. I didn't really like him to begin with. There was something about him that rubbed me the wrong way. I think it was that cocky ass attitude and the way he was always like condescending and spoke down to people. Just stuff like that. And then to hear him come back and like adopt all these little quirks and nuances of other people, like saying oof, oof, and then saying honey dick like 187 times. Yep, you're drunk 24/7. We all have our crutches. I always called him a he, yeah, mom, and it was never intentional in the beginning. It was just, I had to like try to adapt. I guess I never really did, so essentially I still call him a he. That's another thing that's kind of funny is he would get all pissy because everyone was calling him Kevin, right? That was a big point of contention when he was arguing with everyone. Right, Raylan. All he would have to do is screenshot the chat and show it. But there's no proof that he was ever in that chat. And he wasn't. We all would have noticed. We all would have interacted because there's not many of us. But, I think that if I took that much time off, I would have come up with a better, I don't know, like you were gone that long and that's the only thing you could come up with to get back in people's good graces is that you decided you didn't want to be a chick. Because that's why they disliked you to begin with. They had issues with that and the way you acted and I don't know, that just, yeah, and to say that he was kicked from the chat because Nick found out that he was trans. No, buddy, that doesn't fit either because remember, the whole fallout was because we defended your choices. So we knew ahead of time. Nick knew ahead of time what the deal was. Yeah, no one knows that there's 48 of us in there. And we'll never tell anybody. I'll never tell anybody. Hey, Scotty. Like, I don't ever remember a time when it was a big secret, right? Like, I think that it was pretty obvious from the first time that I saw him that he was trans. I tried to give the dude a chance in the beginning. I tried to like him. I stood by and I didn't go in on him, which I don't typically go in on a lot of people. But whatever, it is what it is. So that's just my thoughts on that. Is just that's just one lie, like a really big lie that I noticed he was just had a hold of it like a rubber toy and was not gonna let go of it. And that was probably a strange choice of words, rubber toy. But you know what I mean? It's like a dog with a bone. They're just going to bite into it and they're not going to budge. So, and then people are just eating it up. Like you people, Mama T tells y'all all the time, don't let anyone steal your voice. Well, speak the fuck up and start telling the truth about some stuff. If you're sitting there listening to something that you know is false, like you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's not true, whoever's saying it got some facts wrong, and you don't speak up, well then you might as well go around spreading mistruths yourself, because you're not doing the situation any favors. I think a lot of times people don't want to speak up because if they were to say, oh no, that's not true, then people will automatically like ice them out because they'll say, oh, why are you simping for Nick? She don't need nobody to simp for her. Trust and believe that. I don't think anybody does, really. I think we're all quite capable of defending ourselves when it comes to the crap we create around here, right? If you're going to create a problem, you better be able to see it through from beginning to end. Don't rely on anyone to come and rescue you, which is what Kevin likes to do, because now he's starting a shitstorm with the other side of the fence, and he's got these new friends that he's running to for support. He wouldn't be able to do all this on his own. He hasn't, I mean, according to his own words, he hasn't been watching anything, doesn't have a clue what's going on. Well, then don't try to pick up and start talking about stuff that happened over your 6-month hiatus, because you don't know what's going on. And that's been proven. The situation the other night with what happened between Nick and Traders and all that, that situation is what it is too. I wasn't around when that stuff happened. Like, I have no firsthand knowledge of any of the details of that situation. All I know is what I saw play out publicly, which is exactly why you won't catch me going live and trying to make that my topic just because I want to go after someone. If I don't know about something, I am not going to talk about it. Yes, some would call that hate bonding. It's funny how that works. And there was a comment I saw on a community post, and it was about having two creators come up on a panel and, hash it out or whatever they needed to do. And someone declined, and then someone had left the comment and said, I don't understand. And I'm just like paraphrasing. They said, I don't understand why two people can't have an opinion without the expectation that they're going to be the same opinion. Like, why is everyone put in a situation where they're forced to pick a lane? I don't understand that. Nobody has ever, in the past couple of years, it did happen in the beginning when I first started my channel. I found myself in situations with a couple of people who would completely ice you out and not have anything to do with you if you were in a chat or talked to someone that they didn't get along with. And that was a toxic situation. It wasn't like just me that went through it either. There were several of us mods and people who were always there that were treated poorly. And so it was kind of like an exodus situation. A lot of us left. Not necessarily all at the same time. A couple of us went back and then left again. I know I did a couple of times. Ironically, all those people that were in that situation with me, they no longer talk to me because they don't like that I get along with people they don't like, which is fine. Whatever. I'll never understand that. Like, the way I choose people that I associate with is how you treat me. Because let's be honest, I'm never going to agree or necessarily like everything that everyone does, even if I'm friendly with them or not. There's just no way in hell that I'm ever going to fully agree with every action that someone takes. But you know what? That's between me and that person. Just because I don't come on here and attack their character and say all kinds of vicious stuff about them or go for the throat or go real life and all of that crap doesn't mean that I'm just like, whatever you say, master. I don't get down like that. I don't know many people who do get down like that. Hey, y'all, Kennedy. So, people have like said all kinds of shit about me in chats. They'll make these little snide comments. I think someone called me a freak the other day. And this is someone that I wasn't even aware I had an issue with. Let's see. Crybaby thinks I'm an idiot. Well, Crybaby, cry about it, biatch. Um, Birdo thinks, like I'm just the biggest loser on the planet. A few people have called me a liar. Well, I challenge you people to bring these lies to me and show me what I've lied about. Show me. Name one thing. Hey, John Cena. Um, what else has happened? Oh, people like it's a joke about like my choice of what I went back to school for. Everyone thinks that's a big joke. Criminal justice. CJ's going to come save the day. No, I don't need to save the day because what I do at school has nothing to do with what I do on YouTube. It's two completely different things. That has no place here. Well, thank you, Amy. But Amy, you know what I'm talking about, right? Some of the people. Like, these people are so, they say the most awful things about me now. And at one time, they were all in my DMs. We were talking like on a daily basis. We know about each other's kids. It's okay, though, people. I assure you that all of the things you ever shared with me about your personal life, I can assure you that that will never leave my lips and be told to anyone else. So y'all are safe. Because I don't get down like that either. It's crazy, Skunk. Like, and some of these problems that people are being Captain Save a Hose for are so minute and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. I just don't have that kind of time or energy to waste on some of this bullshit. Honestly, I sleep just fine at night without having to research and organize every little detail about someone's life. I don't want to know about all of y'all's lives. It would probably scare the shit out of me, some of the stuff, because you always think that you've gone through something or you've got it bad, and then you hear someone else's story and you're like, holy hell. There's always someone out there who's going through something worse than you. I try not to take my bad moods and my bad days out on people, but some people just can't seem to hold it together. And all these little issues and fights, I mean, when you look at how old some of this stuff is, it's kind of laughable. It's been like 2 years for some of this stuff, and you mean to tell me you haven't gotten over it yet? You know what I do when I don't like someone? I just don't talk to them. I am a menopausal girl, Paisley. He couldn't even think of something better than that in the 6 months that he was gone. That's what you got, menopausal girl. All those people that are laughing while you call us that, Kevin, are probably knocking on menopause's door too. That's true too. If you want someone to stop talking about a situation like you've requested like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago, then maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't bring it up. I mean, it seems to work better. Like if you don't want someone to, it's like wearing one red shoe and one pink shoe. Like you walk out the door and your shoes don't match. You don't want to walk up to the first person you see and say, "Hey, look at my shoes." Like, don't call attention to it. If you stop bringing it up, then people will stop bringing it up, because what happens is there might be newer people who have come in from another community who don't know what's going on. And when you mention stuff like that, it leaves the door open for someone else to step in and tell the story, if that makes sense. You never experienced it, Markella? I'm kind of hoping that it just like skips me. Like it just, everything stops and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But I'm sorry, Freeside. I won't talk about your shoes anymore. See, I'm 49, and so I know it's getting close for me. So, Kevin, it does not hurt my feelings when you call me a menopausal girl. It really doesn't. I do think you need to stop lying, though, and all that fun stuff. And there was people were making a good point today. You know, this person always cammed up, was always ready to just flaunt their newly purchased body, and was always on camera. But now he won't cam up at all. Like, just do a quick check in. Just look on that camera for a second. Let's just do a check in. Just so we know you're doing okay. Because all these people that you're being an asshole to now were all people who were concerned about you and giving updates in that Mean Girls chat that you weren't in, letting people know how your surgeries and recovery were going. These are people that prayed for you, buddy. Little fella. Cam up, bish. Oh, a hysterectomy. I get it. See, I don't know. I've heard about stuff like that too, and like the hormone replacements and all that. It's tough. It's tough to be a woman. So when I hear men like make fun of all these things that women have to go through, none of you big tough guys could handle one day as a woman. I tell you what, some of you little dudes that run around here thinking that you are just top dog, the first cramp, the first migraine, the first hot flash, you would all be crying like babies. Kevin! See, I don't even think John Cena, I think that is highly probable. I don't know. Like, I just think that going through something like that, making the decision to transition, and then going through the physical issues during the recovery and the emotional, right? Because there is going to be some emotional imbalances. You're dealing with hormones and things like that. So you have the emotional issues, the physical issues. I just, that seems like a lot to process and deal with, to throw YouTube on top of it, because YouTube is not exactly the most delicious cherry on top. It's a cesspool of insanity and turmoil. Um, and then after you go through all of that, then to decide to detransition, that seems like that just comes with a whole new suitcase of emotional baggage with it. So maybe you need to take 6 more months off and get your shit together before you come back trying to do whatever it is you're trying to do. You're excused, Manchester. It's okay that you're late. Nobody has to feel bad about being late here. Come on, I'm not saying anything of value anyway. Um. Oh, Katie's still pissed off at me because I said she looked like an angry chupacabra. Girl, let's take a minute here and look at the big picture. Someone said that you look like an angry chihuahua, and I simply said in the chat, I didn't even make a big production of it. I wrote 2 words, angry chupacabra. I meant from the angry aspect. I have a feeling that when you get super mad, you're not the ankle biting type like a little chihuahua. I envision a rage more like a chupacabra. But that's nothing compared to the hour and a half, 2 hours worth of shit talking you did about me. So it's not a matter of having to tip the scales here, okay? I'm not allowed in her chat anymore. I got blocked and told I was a weirdo. I don't understand. I was simply trying to give her the fact about something. Whatever. Let production handle it. But when you get shit wrong, don't cry about it. I'm drinking this loaded tea. I don't know. Some people might not know what that is, but it's that Herbalife tea stuff, and it has caffeine in it. This flavor is the bomb. It's called Love Potion, and it's like a watermelon cherry combination. It's so good. No, crap. My phone started ringing. I thought it was going to kick me. No, she didn't cuss me out. She just, that's another one that just doesn't like me. I'm a likable person most of the time. Sometimes. Hey, Rachel, not that Rachel. I feel like I missed people coming in, but you're all awesome. What else has happened around here? Ernie came back and he's gone again. He left the YouTube to protect the people from Nicolina. Oh, wild berry protein. I'm going to have to try that. Crap. Now that it's getting hotter, like I always want to have like this fruity drink stuff. Well, I mean, I was cool with her when, we did that thing about Mama T. I did that interview with Mammoth. And then immediately following it, um, Katie wanted to talk to me about Mammoth. And so we did that panel together. And then now, Mammoth's another one that has morphed into this monster who's too big for her britches. She thinks that she is in with the in crowd. Mammoth. name it. I wouldn't get too comfy. So yeah, Ernie's gone again. He's doing his thing. I haven't really spoken much. Well, I haven't spoken at all about him. I got a wrench on his channel that he doesn't have anymore. I was kicking butts and taking names. Not really, because I never used my wrench, not one time, except to just look up channels. Sometimes I'm not a very good moderator. Like, I'm not the timeout or block kind of mod. So, but, you know, a lot of people giggled about that. And it is kind of funny if you think about it. All the crap I've given Ernie, and then he gives me a wrench. But I don't care how much I dislike someone, I'm not going to do anything to mess with their channel. Because I know what it's like on the other end, trying to get your channel set up and getting your subs and trying to get monetized and keeping your monetization. Like, I'm not gonna, other people do it. I've heard about it. I've seen other people do it. A rogue mod can really ruin your channel. I'm not gonna do it though. And it wasn't just me. He gave a couple of the menopausal girls a wrench. Yes, Queen Ashley, I think that that interview is probably not going to happen. I don't know. Did they make any agreements? Because I didn't get to hear all of it. I was walking at the time. But was there any kind of agreement that they couldn't even do panels? They just had to leave YouTube completely, right? Yeah. I mean, I haven't even, there's only been a couple of people on my channel that I've blocked. Birdo was one of them, just because freaking A is so annoying. Oh, you got one on his other channel. I had one on both channels. Yes. Dilating in the background. Well, his like people, his other mods and people in his chat, they were like really emotional last night. You know, I get it that Ernie's their friend. They like love him. My personal opinion, and I haven't, like, he and I haven't had this conversation since he got back. You know, he sends me links to his lives and stuff like that. And we've had a couple of quick messages here and there, but I don't really talk to many people behind the scenes at all, aside from the Mean Girls chat. That's how I kind of keep myself out of a lot of stuff, is because I just don't involve myself, which is probably what a few other people should do. Um, I think that he should probably slow it down a little bit. I think that he's got like a lot going on. Same thing with Kevin, how I said Kevin needs to take some more time and deal with all this stuff. Hey, Ash, all this stuff that's going on. Oh, now that I've seen you, let me take a second. So, randomly, Ash has been making these room sprays, and you can go see the list of them on our community page. And I asked her if she could make like some sandalwood or patchouli type scents for me, because I like more of like the woodsy. I'm not much of a sweet, smelly kind of person. Um, so she said she could make me something like that. So I'm going to do that. It might be a week or two before I can do it, but then I'll let everyone know how amazing they smell. So yeah, you can go on her community page. There is, yes, sandalwood, you dig? You can go on our community page and see a list. I think there's a couple of them that are sold out though. Um, yeah, but the details are all there. Yes, Texas Kim, you know how I am about my patchouli. Okay, I just saw a comment. Yes, Tiger Mama was upset this morning in a Tills chat, and we're going to get to her in a second. But I think Ernie needs to slow down and like process all of this stuff that he's got going on. You know, he's dealing with coming out of jail and dealing with his probation and getting his life together. And then you have all this YouTube stuff. So, Tiger Mama and the rest of you ladies, just kind of like don't get so upset about it. Look at it as a good thing if he takes a few days off. And I'm not by any means telling the man what to do, whatever. Because I think that with all of his stuff going on, maybe some time off might be a good idea to regroup and organize. I think Ernie sometimes gets ahead of himself. He gets excited about stuff. And that's when everything turns to shit, right? Because then everyone's like, questioning and we all want to know details and we want to know like the process of things and when items are going to be available to be shipped. You know how it goes. So we're actually moving through all this stuff pretty quickly. Until, ma'am, I'm going to need you and Brandon to sit your gassy asses down and zip it because she's got HPOs, PPOs, HBOs, LMNOPs. She's got it all filed and ready to go because she feels attacked on the internet. She feels that she is a protected class and it is just a mortal sin to be calling her a retard or saying one word about her. She thinks that she is entitled to come on here and just say whatever she wants about anyone and accuse them of doing everything under the sun, which is usually just phone calls who are probably robocallers or people calling to let her know that her toll road bill is past due and they're going to send her to collections. But no, she's hell bent that it's Nick. Nick's calling her at 4:15 in the morning. Until Sherry, Brandon and Sherry vlogs. I think her name now is Atil the Great or something like that. Something crazy. But she gets on these rants. And it's not, when she really gets going, you better believe that we're going to get like 5 or 6 lives out of her that day. And they always start out the same. It's always, hello, everybody. This is ATIL. I'm just coming on here to say that I have been getting phone calls and this has just got to stop. I have a right to come on here and state my opinion, and you guys are just making all these accusations, and I did not just get out of the asylum. And then you hear Brandon rip a big one in the background. And then she follows that up with, you're not going to stop me. I have a right to be here. I have been working really hard on myself, and I am proud of my accomplishments. And I have a great job. I go to work every day. I have a family that loves me, and you're not going to bring me down. You're trying to send me to the hospital, and it's just not going to happen. It's the same thing all the time. Yes, HIL, you have a right to be here just like all of us. You have a right to state your opinion just like all of us. And sometimes our opinion is going to be that you're a retard and nobody's calling you. We don't care about calling you. You go away for a few weeks and you come back, and as soon as you realize that there's tension between a group of people, you just go straight in on Nick. It's all her fault. Well, hot damn, I'm just going to go do all the things because everyone's just going to blame it on Nick anyway. My hands will be clean, right? Yep, that's how a lot of you people think. Other people do the dirty shit, and all they have to do is just keep their mouth shut like they did in Kevin's yesterday and not say anything, and everyone will just go along with it because everyone hates Nick. Do you realize, do any of you even notice the hamster wheel that some of this stuff is? It just keeps going and going and going. Lord knows that there's like all kinds of other stuff going on in the world. We were supposed to talk about Bonnie Blue a month ago, but after we had a loss in our community, I just kind of wasn't in the mood. But we're going to talk about it, and there's been some new developments with that whore, and it's crazy. But there's all these other things that could be talked about. So until nobody is calling you at 4:13 in the morning, because we don't give a shit. Hate bonding is weak. And I don't know if it's just like the shift in energy. I mean, let's be real. It's a new year. We just had the full moon eclipse. On Saturday, we're having a solar eclipse and Venus retrograde. We're in the midst of a Mercury retrograde. And all the crazies are like going at full speed. And when they're going at full speed, they all have their pointy fingers out, pointing at someone else, taking zero responsibility for their own actions. Yeah, gaslighting each other. And I don't know how many times I've said this. Nobody is exempt. There are certain things I've never done, like I've never doxed anyone. I've never gone after anyone's real life. I've never gone after anyone's children. But that doesn't mean that I haven't done other things. Like I've talked about people behind their back. I have said some horrible things about people to their face. I have reacted out of anger instead of like putting myself in check and simmering down for a second before I react. I'm not innocent either. And that seems to be like one of people's perceptions about me, is that I think that I'm just completely innocent and do no wrong. No, I can be a complete asshole when I want to be. But I'm not out here messing with any of y'all. I don't care. I don't care enough to. But I am the kind of person that even if I don't agree with something that one of my friends does, I'm still going to be there for them. And none of y'all need to know if I get mad at one of my friends about something they've done, or if I've had to talk to one of my friends about something they've done. That's why I've never said a word about everything that happened with the stand. And I never will. I have nothing to say. I have absolutely nothing to say. I don't feel that I was like personally hoodwinked. I'm disappointed in some things. But let's be honest, I'm not out here throwing money around, so nobody's taking advantage of me. I don't have it to throw around. You guys want to give me money? It's $CJ0024. Yeah, and let's not forget, now that you talk about her phone number, going back to ATIL for a second, she said like over a year ago when she claimed that people were calling her. This isn't something new that just happened. She's been saying this for over a year that people have been prank calling her, probably closer to 2 years. At one point, she said that she got rid of that phone and gave it to her sister, and she had a different number. And now it's, no, I shouldn't have to change my number. Just humor all of us. Just humor us. Change your number. And I bet within a couple of weeks, you're going to start getting a whole bunch of phone calls, not from anyone on YouTube, but you're just going to be getting spam calls or calls for the people that had that number before you. I get calls for a guy who had my phone number before it was assigned to me, and I've had this same phone number for like 6 years. When there are like issues going on, if people are bothering you or things are, thank you, Nick, if things are stressing you out and there is anything that you can do yourself to alleviate that stress, why not do it? Sometimes you can solve your own problems before they ever even become a problem. You have that power. You have control over that, ma'am. You retard. Just change your damn number. But you won't do that because if you change your number, what in the world do you possibly have to talk about? Because you won't vlog anything like your channel name used to be. You say that you have this whole other channel where you do all this important stuff, but nobody's allowed to see it. Well, how big is your audience, Riri? Because you only got about 10 in this channel. So are you hiding them all out at the super secret channel that we're not privy to? But changing your phone number would solve all your problems because according to you, that's all you got is people calling you. Well, imagine that. Imagine being an adult and fixing your own shit instead of waiting for someone else to do it. Every day that you come on, you're talking about going to talk to your lawyer and filing all these charges. Don't you think if it was that easy that everyone would have already filed charges on each other a long time ago? And I know there's been situations where it's been justified and it's actually been successful. But it's not as easy as you think it is to go after someone legally on YouTube because there again, as an adult, you have the power to solve your own problem before it ever even becomes one. You have the ability to do as a lot of you people tell others to do and log the fuck off. You just don't have to interact with people that you don't get along with. I come across people every day that I don't get along with. And you know what? I just keep on minding my own business. I sit there and I will listen to a creator or I'll be, watching the chat and if I see a bunch of people sitting there talking about me, I'm not going to jump in the middle of it because it's stupid. It's petty. I've solved my own problem and I go to bed happy that night. Toasties toots. No, please. Yeah. I don't even want to imagine what that smells like. I imagine it would smell like cabbage and fabuloso. Someone heard about Benny. Huh? Hey, Elwoods. Yeah, Cash, she would give it to people. Like, she got mad because her number was posted on Jimbo's community page, and I had that number for like 2 years. I never called her, not one time. She'll probably say that I have been calling her now, though. And she keeps everyone blocked, so you can't even communicate with her in her chat and try to talk any sense into her. And if you do try to say something to her, she doesn't comprehend it as just being like helpful. She thinks that you're trying to tell her off, and she gets mad and she'll block you. She's got all of my accounts blocked, every last one of them. Oh, I didn't mean to pin that. Crap. Okay, there we go. I like forgot how to do this. Uh, hopefully she comes over here. Last night she was in Ernie's chat, and she was like doing the little prayer hands, Nick, when you were talking about leaving YouTube. And I told her to hold her breath, but I don't think she got it. I don't think she understood my humor. Hey, Ruby. I've been banded too. I want to know when the damn documentary is coming out. I've been waiting on that documentary for a while. I just saw a comment that said someone heard about Benny. So I was trying to figure out what. I haven't heard anything about him. I haven't talked to him. I mean, in fact, when he left here, he and I weren't getting along. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that. And poor Brandon, Officer Brandon, should just not be on YouTube at all. He has got the maturity level of a toddler. You're welcome, Natalie. So, crap, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Talked about that. Oh, the fitness thing. I promise that I'm going to get back over to the fitness channel. I'm going to be quite honest. I got so like lazy about it over the cold months, the winter months, and like the holidays, and I'm having a hard time like getting myself out of that rut. I mean, I didn't go too crazy and just completely let myself go, but it's tough. I mean, one thing I did do is even when it was like 23 degrees out and freezing, I still got out there and walked for at least an hour every day. But like watching what I was eating and stuff, I was eating like all the good stuff, all the holiday sweets. And when I allowed myself to start doing that again, like I could start to feel a difference. So trying to get back into the swing of that, and then we'll start doing some more stuff on the fitness channel again. I know I've left a couple people hanging, but like I said, after we had someone in our community pass away, like it put me in a funk, and I just wasn't in the mood. I mean, sometimes I just get into these moods where I just don't want to deal with all this extra crap. Ain't no patience, Nana Kim. Oh, I did it again. My screen is so like touchy. She has a perfect life. That's right. And remember when she said, sorry, Atil, I keep going back to you, but there's a lot to unpack there. Remember when she said that it was like right around Christmas time, and she said she got a Christmas bonus and a promotion? And it was like 10 o'clock in the morning on a weekday that she just had to come on here and tell you guys that I got a promotion at work. See what happens, Nick, when you actually go to work and do a good job? You get promotions. And I got a nice Christmas bonus. And me and my family are going to do fun things for the holidays while you just sit on here and be miserable talking about people, because that's all you know how to do is just be mean and call people names. And I've already contacted my attorney, Nick, and you're going down. It's like it's the same script. You guys are silly. But but when she first started her channel, she wasn't working. She like volunteered. That was like her claim to fame and how she was so much better than all the rest of it. She said, I volunteer in my community. What do you do? Well, okay. Go on with your bad self. Oh, she was. She was going to start a meditation channel. And I remember when she made that announcement, I was like, oh, Lord. Yeah, she did that little she did that short live this morning. I listened to it, but like I was doing other stuff at the same time, so I didn't really pay too much attention. It was the same old crap. I'm coming for you. Be prepared. I'll see you in court. Okay. Like if someone is scared, and I don't know why these, and the police probably have told her, even if she's even gone to talk to him, is if you're that afraid of someone, stop going live every day and provoking them. Look at that. Another way you as an adult can solve your own problem. My phone sex operator voice. That's my Attil voice. I don't spend a lot of time working on my impersonations like Katie does. I'm trying to imagine Attil speaking English. I will say, she came up and she was dancing a little jig. And she did look like she had lost some weight. So, bravo to her for that. I think that anytime anyone does anything to help themselves physically, they deserve a pat on the back, because that is one of the hardest things. Like, I know for me personally, that's tough, you know? But it doesn't override the fact that she's just a retarded asshole. Yes, everyone practice their Attil voice. Well, if she says I'm abusing her, Attil, ATIL, Toasty, whatever you would like to be called, I'm not abusing you. I have a right to come on here and give my opinion about things that I see going on in these YouTube streets. I will make a documentary about it. My little dog, okay, time out for a quick story. My little tiny dog, she's a little Cairn Terrier. Um, if you don't know what kind of dog that is, think Toto from The Wizard of Oz. That's exactly what she looks like. Her name is Toto. Real original, right? But she was a dog that I rescued from, like, she used to run around with all these other dogs when we owned a restaurant a few years ago. Her and these dogs would come back to the kitchen door. We always had the kitchen door open when we were cleaning up at night. So they would always come to the door and they would want like hush puppies and stuff because we had like southern food. So we would give them all the leftover hush puppies and crap instead of throwing it away. Well, after a couple of weeks of them constantly coming back, I was like, man, this dog, she's too little to be out here by herself because she was less than a year old at the time. So I took her home. I brought her home. And that was in late 2010. So she is 15 years old almost. And bless her little pea picking heart, she is having trouble seeing. She doesn't hear at all. And she relies heavily on the two big dogs, my pit and my lab. Like, I can tell Riley, which is my lab, I'll say, go get Toto. And she'll go out to the backyard and find Toto wherever she's at. And Toto will follow her back up the steps to come inside. So when there's no big dogs out there that she can find, that's the only time she barks, is when she is looking for them. Like, she doesn't bark to go outside anymore because she can't hear anything. And my son is super attached to her. We call her Ping Pong because she knows her way around the house pretty well, but she does have trouble seeing. So she will run into stuff sometimes, and we'll just be sitting there, and all of a sudden we'll hear like a thump. And it's her trying to get around. But it's tough to watch them get old like that because she has been just a sweet little dog. She's so sweet, and she doesn't seem to be in any pain. I mean, she still runs and plays, and she eats. I don't know how many teeth she still has left, but she's still eating hard dog food. Of course, I supplement that with like soft food and like brown rice or vegetables, things like that. But I think Toto's time is probably coming to an end soon. And of course, my daughters, they're like animal lovers like me. So they're already plotting what kind of dog is going to come next after Toto is no longer. But I'm done. I'm done having babies. I'm done having puppies. Well, not having puppies, but I'm done raising puppies. Like, I just want easy breezy existence. Transgender, that's another one. I've sat there before and I've like made a list of the funny things that people say or the way they pronounce words. Like with Kevin, it's the inability to pronounce L sounds. That always gets me. ATIL's language that she has completely made up gets me. Ernie probably has some of the funniest crap he's ever said. And I know that I've probably said some janky stuff too. No, I don't need any more puppies. Ronk. What's it? He's not here, so he can't say it. Boom. Or I caught myself saying dun 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 to my daughter the other day. She was looking for something, and I was like, I know it's right there. You need to look harder. She couldn't find it. She was like looking at it the whole time. I can't find it, Mom. You know, they never can find anything, and they don't want to move anything to look either. So I walked over to her and I snatched it up and I was like, what is this then? Oh, I didn't see that. And I said, dun dun dun. Ruby, you're probably right because we'll probably end up with another dog. There was this little pit bull puppy actually, because when I walk on my street, there's a house a few doors down, and they had this one dog that they just couldn't keep in the yard. Well, first of all, they don't have a fence. Second of all, if you're not going to be outside with them with the dog on a leash, they're probably going to run away. So this dog used to walk with me all the time. Well, some of the neighbors got mad because when she would start walking, the 1,500 dogs the people across the street have would all come out of their fence and start running amok too. So some of the older neighbors got mad and they called animal control. And I saw them down here picking up some dogs one day, and I'm afraid that maybe she was one of them. But I was walking and I felt something like scratch my ankle, and I turned around and there was this tiny, cute little pit bull puppy, and he was gray and white with blue eyes, and he looked like a red-nosed pit. And I wanted to bring him home so bad because he's definitely too little to be out there on his own. But he does live at that house, and he has gotten better at staying in his own yard. He'll still, when he sees me walking, he'll still run out to me, but he won't follow me like past his house. But seeing as he is a pit, they're probably going to have to do something about that soon because he cannot be running around loose. Because you know how people feel about pit bulls. Yeah, would someone like to come up and explain what butthole eyes are? I don't really. I'm guessing that butthole eyes are like dark circles. Yeah, that's really like a sweet 16 donut, you know, those little chocolate donuts. Like that's I'm guessing that's what it is the dark circles. Let me scroll to the chat. Does anyone want to come up? Gypsy's been pissed off at everyone. I thought I was cool with Gypsy. She's all bent out of shape because I don't cam up. You guys, I'm not, I don't cam up because even right now, I'm like walking around my kitchen doing stuff. Y'all don't need to see me like pick a wedgie or wash my dishes or wipe my counters or feed my dogs. Hello, disorderly conduct. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, and I cannot freaking put my finger on it. It'll probably come to me as soon as I end, and that'll be okay. Because that just means I'll just go live another time. Libby. I just got to your comment that said I'm scaring you with that voice. You go get a protection order then. So scary. So, what is everyone planning on doing for the summer? Has I just got that notification for the Mean Girls chat. You better not tell. Um, does anyone have any big plans for this summer? Soccer season is wrapping up here. So we have last games coming up and then like I think a little party or something. I don't know. Okay, let me drop a link. But we don't have any like big summer plans yet. We just finished spring break. Mini Me is going into middle school next year, so she has got to uh band night is coming up where they go and like select what instrument they want to play for the middle school band. So I think she's going to do that. And then we've got dance tryouts coming up. Whew. This is my last one though to get through all this stuff. So it's kind of bittersweet. We have a soccer game tonight, as a matter of fact.
Woo! I'm wasted. I'm drunk. Woohoo! 24/7, baby. My blood alcohol level stays at 0.223 every day.
That is crazy. Seeing those comments last night, like, oh gosh, she must be drunk.
No, I wasn't
And it-
drunk.
Jeez.
I mean, I just like to be loud and troll and obnoxious. That's all.
Right? And who
So,
cares if anyone's drinking? We're all adults.
well, I mean, it was Wednesday night. Now, I may or may not have taken a couple of puffs off of a Jeter. Um, I did stop smoking weed for a very long time, but I am occasionally hitting them. And that's more so because my, how do I say this? I am out of shape. And since I've started walking, I've noticed that I have a lot of lower back pain.
Hmm.
So Motrin's not kicking it. So before bed, I'll take a couple puffs. I think I told you girls a couple weeks ago, I think I had taken like 3 hits off of the bong and I was so fucked up. So, anyways, so butthole eyes. Now, Peachy is a catfish with all of her photos. She has never once in the 3 years, over 3 years I have known her, she has never cammed up one time. Now she has privately, like on video calls, and she is morbidly obese, but the way her eyes are set, they're very deep set, and she's got really dark bags under her eyes. And when she, like the photo that I sent to ASMR, because he's like, well, what does she really look like? Well, he started referring to her as butthole eyes. And it stuck because that's exactly what she looked like. So that is how she got the buttholes. What do I need to stop, lips? Oh, come
Where has
on.
he been? I haven't seen
Mr.
him.
Nobody, I was definitely not quitting YouTube. Oh, actually, I did not work my fake job today because guess what? I get to make my own fucking schedule. It is amazing. I have so much more freedom within reason. And today I decided was going to be the day that I did not go into work. Now, I'm going to go in tomorrow for a little bit, but I don't have to work 40 hours a week. And I can thank my husband for that.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I have to get back into the workforce, because I've been a stay at home mom for all these years.
Yeah.
And, I can't do that anymore. And so it's a little daunting. But, I don't know why people get so hung up on, oh, well, they must not have a job. I mean, aside from the other people who are constantly begging for money, like Mammoth and things like that, who cares? Who cares? If
I mean,
someone doesn't love.
honestly, chasing, I don't have to work. I could sit at home.
Right.
Um, I did it for a few months in 2022, and the day I quit my job in December of 2023, I had a job that night. The
Yeah.
old mean girls know that, and
Well, I
it's
remember that too.
yeah, it's not full-time work. Now I can work full-time. My boss wouldn't care if I worked 40 hours a week, but I'm in a place in my life where my youngest kid is only a few short years away from being an adult.
Hmm.
We have a very dangerous time that we're living in. I want to be home when I can before she's out of school or before I have to pick her up from track practice. I don't
Right.
want her walking to school. I don't want her walking home from school. I don't want her to get into, making bad choices because there's limited supervision. Not that she would, but I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out. I only have a few more years and then I'm an empty nester. And I want to enjoy, I want to take her to school every morning. I want to pick her up from school as often as there's some days she has to get a ride home because of work, but my priority is Maggie and not employment.
Yeah. Like even Mimi, like her bus stop is literally at the end of my street, and I walk down there every day to get her. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
hate when I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was listening to a podcast my sister had sent me the other day, and I almost want to like go over it at some point because my sister sent it to me clearly because my relationship with my mother.
Mhm.
Um, but it was this doctor on there on this podcast talking about how each child has a different set of parents. And it's so true. Like my oldest son had a different parent than Maggie has. There's so many different things that play into the role of being a parent, where you are at in life as a parent, internal and external things happening, and how that, you know what I mean? It was just such an no contact. So I don't know. It was very cool. So that was something I just random that I verbal
Yeah,
about.
that sounds interesting. I've been finding some weird stuff out there to watch.
Well, this was like on Apple Podcasts. My sister's like, you've
Oh
got to listen to
wow.
this.
I haven't I've listened to a few true crime things on Apple Podcasts, like, and then I don't know, like I took a break from true crime for a while, and I think Summer's case just kind of did me in. Like that's when I quit being so public about like the true crime stuff.
Disorderly conduct. I'm 49. Never have had kids, but I can tell you how to raise them with zero shits given. No, so that's how she got the name Butthole Eyes. And as for plans this summer, I really want to go to Mississippi, and I'm arguing with Frank about that. I really want to visit, the old plantations.
Oh yeah.
I want to do like home tours. And of course, that sounds gayer than Ernie's AIDS to my husband.
I love going to plantations and stuff. Like I just love the architecture and how I don't know. It's very interesting to me.
Yeah, I want to be able to experience, well, I guess it's not experience. I want to give respect to the history of America,
Mhm.
irrespective. Yes, it was horrible what was done, but that is still part of our history.
Right.
We're not there any longer. Like I've gone to DC. I want to go down south. So I'm definitely not going to Massachusetts because ATIL will have me fired.
Oh gosh.
I mean, I'm sorry, arrested.
Yep. She'll be waiting for you at the border of the state line. She'll be like, I know Nicolina's coming. I have a
Gosh.
right to stand at this state line and wait for her.
Well, if this HPO is being approved, I haven't been served notice, so not too worried about it. I
It
won't.
makes me wonder what she's going and telling these people.
Oh no, this is
Like,
exactly what she did last time chasing. She taunted me with this. Mean girls are gonna get a knock on the door this Wednesday.
yeah,
just taunting the shit out of me over it. And then I was pretty much like, fuck you, I don't care. Like, I went to the Zoom meeting or Zoom hearing. She didn't show up. And I'm definitely not driving up ATIL, not down. I'm in Michigan. I'm not driving up to Massachusetts. I don't give a fuck. There's not a court in Cape Cod that gets to have say over my actions on the internet. I still have her original HPO documents. I'll have to find those. I know I saw him about a month or so ago, and I said, nope, I'm not throwing this away just in case she tries to get another one.
Here we are. She's trying to get 1,156 of them for
Hey,
every phone
Firefly.
call she claims she's gotten. Hey,
Well,
Jamie. And who else came in? Rosie. Just spending a Thursday afternoon bullshitting about nothing. Thanks for being here.
all right, I'm gonna get down. I have to finish. I'm making,
All right.
dog food. So after you're live, I'll go over ATIL's shit. So
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping up here soon. That's
no,
all
you're
I
fine. Take your
got.
time.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It, I'm doing great. I really missed you.
Yeah, just doing life. Just kind of handling some things that needed to be handled. But I'm always around, even if I'm not like going live and stuff. I'm always around hanging out as much as possible. How have you been?
I've been good. Hey, everyone in chat. Hey, Auntie Nikki. Hey, Freeside. Hey, Paisley. Hey, Ruby. And hello to everybody who's in the chat. And hashtag hello to my boyfriend, Kyle.
Hey,
Hey, Kyle. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
So, what are you guys going to do over the weekend? Any plans? Is it nice weather where you're at?
Yeah,
That's good.
it's been
How
getting a
about you
little.
guys stay muted?
It's been getting hot a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting pretty warm here too. It's like almost 80, but I
Summertime
like
I
is
the warm
coming.
weather.
yeah,
Summertime is coming.
I know.
yep. I just subscribed to you.
Oh,
Found
thank
you,
you.
found you through Nicolina. So thank you, Nicolina.
Yeah, Auntie Nikki is the best.
Yeah, I think she's pretty great.
She is.
We haven't always gotten along, but I just had to like
Mm,
get over myself and like get to know her a little bit.
that's very true.
I
Happens
think
with
that's
everybody.
We love you too, Auntie Nikki. We love you, we love you, we love you, we love you, we love you too.
You too. So what's been happening with you lately?
not much. Just busy, dealing with sports and stuff for my kiddo and getting ready. Like her school year ends the middle of May, so shouldn't have too much longer left.
Mm.
That's about it.
Well, I'm glad things are working out good.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to wrap up here in a few minutes. So, but thank you guys for coming up. You guys can come
Yeah,
up
no
anytime
problem.
you want.
Yeah, no problem. I was gonna come up here and say hello to Nicolina, but she jumped down, which I wasn't expecting. But it's cool. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
I love everybody in here,
We love
including
you too,
Mountain
girl.
Chicken. Mountain Chicken is a is a troll, but he or she I love.
Kyle, did you see Nick's comment?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, you guys can go there. I like
Going
it
live.
when there's like back to back lives, where we all kind of go one after the other because then nobody has to get bored.
Very true. Are you going live at all, Nicolina? By any chance? Just wondering.
Hey, Lil G. Yeah,
Hey
I think
Lily,
she
how
said
are
she's
you,
going to
hon?
go live here shortly once I finish. So,
Oh, okay. I'll probably meet you guys over there.
okay.
I don't really go to a bunch of live streams like I used to before. I kind of get a little bored sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to take a break from it.
Yeah,
Especially when there's like a lot of drama and stressful crap going on. Nobody needs
yeah.
to
I've been
deal
taking a
with
break.
that.
I've been
Yep.
taking a break from live streaming for a couple of days because I have one stalker that keeps restreaming my lives.
Oh, no.
I have glasses.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to Rosie?
Uh oh. I don't know.
I
Well,
guess she.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and wrap up anyway because I've got to go walk down to the bus stop to get my kiddo.
Alrighty, well, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You're welcome. Bye, Kyle. Oh, disorderly conduct. Like, I don't know, something happened, but you're welcome here. I understand looking for a new group to chat in. I mean, just know that we're kind of a tight knit group over here. But as long as you don't just get out of line and shouldn't be any problems. I'm pretty easy to get along with until I'm not. So, well, thanks everyone for being here. I know it was short and quick and unorganized, but last night or in the last couple of days when everything was happening, I was taking as many mental notes as possible, but I meant to like jot some stuff down and I just didn't do it. Horrible, horrible creator didn't get organized. Better luck next time. But yeah, I promise I will get something together for the fitness channel and we'll motivate together. Um like I said earlier, go over to Randomly Ashes community page if you want to buy some room sprays. Oh, thank you, Navy Mom. I hope you have an amazing evening. Kevin, get your head out of your ass. And if you're going to speak about anything, get your facts straight. ATIL, take your HPO, PPO, CNN, shove them straight up your arse. And I think that's all I got. Yeah, Kaz, sorry. I got to go to the bus stop. But Nick's going live. Did someone drop Nick's link? Yes. Thank you, Paisley. So everyone head over there. And then I don't know. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Maybe it'll be next week and we're going to talk about that whore Bonnie Blue and all the nastiness she's been doing. Everyone have an amazing evening. Those of you that are pains in the ass, have the day you deserve. But I love all your faces, and I will see you all next time. Bye, bitches.